Okay. Mr. Dennis, who want to welcoming new participants? Me or you?
The moderator.
Okay. And but well, we invite Mr. Ranggo, or we just
Start, please.
start. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for coming speaking practice today. Actually, for tonight, we have a great speaker, Mr. Rahmat Ranggonang, about topic how expensive is the Singaporean electricity bill. But before that, let's meet to read. I want to ask, is it a new participant in here?
Assalamualaikum.
Oh, Miss Saha. Could you tell more about you and why you want to join this speaking practice group and what's your goal?
I'm sorry, I use my son name. I already joined this group before, Miss.
Oh, okay.
I'm so sorry. Yes, my name is Miss Ari. Yeah.
It is not first time you join this group.
No, second, I mean.
Oh, second time. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Welcome, Miss Ari. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Miss
Okay.
Ari.
I will change my name. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh, already.
And,
okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Ari.
Okay, thank you. Welcome.
Yeah. And who? It's not Mr. Johari. It is the first time you join this speaking practice club.
Yeah, it's my first time.
Can you introduce yourself for us so we can know more about you?
Well, thanks so much for the opportunity. Hello guys, my name is Johari. I'm 26 years old. I'm from Maluku and
Oh,
working
from one.
for government. Yeah.
Oh, are you
That's all.
working or still studying?
Pardon me?
Are you worker or still study? Are you student or worker?
I'm working for government.
Oh,
Almost
worker
a
in
year.
the government.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice to meet you. Welcome to this group. And
Yeah, thank you so much.
yeah, thank you. And another participant is Miss Tuti Setianingsih. It is the first time you join this group? Oh, can you open your mic, Miss Tuti? Or yeah, maybe the problem in internet. And Mr. Anang is already the 3 times. Okay, I wanna share before we want doing some warmer, like Mr. Dennis did in the previous meeting. But before that, I just want to inform you about the agenda.
Miss Vira, maybe you can zoom because
Okay. You can read clearly. Okay. The agenda is opening. Yeah, we are already opening these. Not formally. Yes, I just greeting a new participant, and yeah, I want to. Yeah, this is the agenda, and also I want to make it is the new agenda. But previous Mr. Dennis did about word of the day. Can I try word of the day now, Mr. Dennis?
yes, Miss Vira.
Okay, okay. Because it is new thing. And who I can choose whatever I want,
Yes.
or I choose.
You can choose anyone.
Okay, Mr. Ranggo is here. But before the presentation, I just want to give some warmer about word of the day. I choose word traveling or travel. Okay, I want to ask in this member, especially new member or Mr. Jauhari. Can you participate word of the day? And I can give you some picture, and can you make a spontaneous speech in 2 minutes? Mr. Jauhari, are you there? Or who wants to be a volunteer to try this word?
I'd like to, Kak Elvira.
Oh yes, Mr. Yeah, Brother Ranggo, Mr. Ranggo, yeah, you can. This word is traveling or travel. Oh, I must inform the rule of thumbs. We speak about the. I will show you about the picture, and you talk about this picture in 2 minutes related to traveling and travel. And avoid to some repetition or filler word like or another and like other. And I want to talk about repetition word and also traveling and travel word.
Quite challenging.
Yes.
2 minutes.
Are you ready, Mr. Ranggo?
Yeah.
Okay. Try.
Can I start now?
Yes, you can start now.
Yeah, traveling nowadays is such a pleasure for every family. In this picture, illustrate family that going for a vacation to the beach, where the family consists of the father, mother, and 2 daughters. They travel to the sea either by mass transportation or public transport or by their own vehicle. The purpose of the traveling itself, such as for heal themselves from the routinity of their life, and also to make their bonds, their family bonds, become tighter between each other, since we know our business every day make us doing our activities by ourselves, so it could make family become separate, and by vacation and travel to some place that make some to fascinating place or to fabulous place, make the family become stronger. And we could travel in a short or long period, of course, as long as we have time. When we just have a short period of time, we could choose the place that close to our domicile. While if we have a long period of time, we could utilize our leisure time to go far away from our current place. And yeah, is it already 2 minutes?
You know, yeah, I think already, but this is first time I using the counting slide, but I think it's not exactly 2 minutes. Sorry.
Sorry.
Hopefully.
I
No,
think I have so many.
No, it's my bad. I think because it's the first time I using this translation, I think the duration is I suppose it's 2 minutes, but why
Oh.
it's less than 2 minutes. But Mr. Dennis, can you help me to counting 2 minutes
Yeah,
for
I'll be the timer.
another? Yes. I want to make us automatically, but suddenly I think because this is the first time, I think I make a wrong configuration. So, but if I'm mistaken, you mentioned travel is 3 or 4 times and family 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
But I got heard about the filler. It's right, Mr. Dennis. Sorry if I had.
Yes.
Yes, so you can avoid the filler. It's good thing. You can make your like IELTS speaking practice too. You can elaborate your idea in 2 minutes. Okay, thank you, Mr. Ranggo. Or I have 2 picture again. Mr. Ranggo, you can choose another, or you can point another participant. So
I'd like to
try
choose
another.
Pak Edward. Long time no see, Pak Edward.
Oh yeah, Mr. Edward. Hello, Mr. Edward.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't get it, the message.
Okay. I want to go back to the previous slide. Actually, this is the new thing we did in the previous meeting. So before the presentation, you can give. I give three picture and one word of the day, travel or traveling. So you can describe or you can make a storytelling about the picture related the word of the day, travel or traveling. Are you ready, Mr. Edward? In 2 minutes.
Sorry, Miss Elvira, I just joined. Just join maybe another participant so I can.
I will be the one.
Okay.
Request for that. Brother
Okay.
Ranggo, can you help me for the timer, please?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Sure. I will
Okay.
make the timer
So
on
this
my.
is how we speak for 2 minutes.
Yeah, sorry. I think because my
No, it's okay. Give me the
Yes.
next picture.
next picture is
Right. Ready, Brother Ranggo?
Yeah, let's go.
So in this picture, I'd like to talk about someone who actually drawing something. I believe that this woman probably prepares for going abroad or traveling, probably. So, you know, if you want to go abroad, you need to have some preparation, such as doing the test or probably talking with someone and understanding the language for others. And I believe that if this picture shows about going traveling, preparation of going traveling, then you must prepare everything from zero until the end. I can also see that the woman is beautiful, although my wife is much more beautiful than her. I'm worried that she's going to be angry with me if I said that the picture is beautiful also. So talking about the travel, you know that some preparations you can do. First, you can learn the language if you want to go somewhere. Second, you need to prepare the budget. Third, you also need to search where you need to stay or where you need to go and whatever things you want to do. It seems that the time's not going anywhere. Hopefully, Mr. Ranggo is actually looking for the timer, yeah, because it seems that the timer is freezing. I'm actually getting panic because it's not yet 2 minutes. I volunteer myself, but I actually don't know what should I do. So talking about traveling again, it seems like stand-up comedian where you actually need to talk, but you don't know what you need to talk. So basically, guys, there are many places in the world if you want to go traveling. I subscribe one of the video named Drew Binsky. He likes to go around the world, and as far as
3,
I know, that
2,
in
1, 2 minutes.
you saved my life, Mr. Ranggo. So Miss Vira, go back to you.
Sorry. I think I don't know. Maybe is it too fast? Is it too long? Yeah.
2 minutes is too easy for Mr. Dennis.
Yes. But the bad thing is about the time visualization, because the visualization is not. I just yeah. I'll
You
make
are
sure.
more beautiful in the picture. I
Oh,
would say.
sure. Thank you. And you said traveling is about 3 or 4 times. Actually, in this picture, I just was said about writing or studying, but we can make another assumption, but it's okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Dennis, for explanation about the picture and the word of the day, traveling. And for another picture, the last picture, want to be the volunteer, or Mr. Dennis can appoint someone?
Volunteer lah, volunteer. Anybody wants to be
volunteer.
volunteer?
Yes. It's like speaking practice 2, part 2.
I nominate Mr. N lah. I know
Oh,
he's my
Mr. N.
partner and he can do very well, I believe. Mr. Endang, go ahead, Mr. Endang, the last picture.
Mr. N, yes. Yeah, you can talk about the word of the day, traveling, and avoid repetition with like and other. And the last picture is Mr. Dennis, can you make sure the time is 2 minutes?
Yeah, sure. I'll be the timer now.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yes.
Is my voice clear over there?
Clearly? Yes. I
All
can
right.
hear your voice clearly.
Well,
This is
thank
the
you
picture
so
and
much.
the word.
All right. What was the word? The word is traveling, and it's the picture.
Yes,
Okay.
you can associate the traveling and the picture.
All right. Okay, so this is my first time. Oh no, the second time joining this group. Thank you so much for having me. Because the rules change, and this is about traveling, and the picture here show me about the photographer. So I'd like to tell you about my recent activity. Recently, I like to take a class for photography with my friends, and one of my purpose is having my skill to go somewhere and take my camera, which is in traveling, and take my like sorry like the moment, scenery, or something around me which is new with my camera during my traveling activity. It will be the new activity actually. It's not easy actually to have that, because taking a picture during traveling is another situation, because you have to take another angle, you have to think about what angle do you like to take with your camera, and it's quite struggling because taking a moment with camera during traveling will be a lot more difficult because
2
as
minutes
we
already.
know.
Thank you,
All
Mr.
right,
N.
thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. N. Okay. I
Right.
think you mentioned 3 or 4 times about traveling, but for hesitation, I just but it's I think it's a content or no, Mr. Dennis, if not but just one in the beginning. I get like
Okay.
well, okay, but I think you can avoid the hesitation, Mr. M. Sorry, I'm not good for making a feedback, but I think 3 of you give a wonderful explanation about the picture. Thank you very much, and sorry for my bad timer.
Don't need to be sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, okay. Thank you. And actually, I don't have a CV from Mr. Ranggo, so
I asked Mr. Ranggo, he doesn't give it to me.
Mr. Ranggo can
I will do it by
explain.
myself.
Yes, explain by that's by Mr. Ranggo self. Yeah, you can tell you can tell more about you, but I just want to inform this. We have what time is it? Oh yeah, sorry, I'm late in 7 minutes, but based on the schedule, yeah, you can present your presentation in 80 8 of 8 p.m. and 5 minutes. It's and after that we have Q&A, and after that we have a breakout room 2 times, and we're taking a picture together and choosing a new moderator and new presenter. Okay, because time is already 7:45, 42 and 42 in my clock. You can present your wonderful presentation, Mr. Ranggo. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Kak Vira, for the opportunity. Sorry, Brother Dennis, I just saw your message, yeah.
No worries. I hate
So
you.
I couldn't prepare my CV yet. Okay, allow me to share my screen. So I need the feedback from you guys. Is it appear on your screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for the feedback. And wait a minute. Zoom quit unexpected. Oh. Is it okay, the connection?
I can
Test,
hear
test.
your
Okay,
voice
okay.
clearly.
Okay, so it's clear. Yeah, so about the sorry, I think my connection is bad, so I think I should just turn off my camera. Yeah, sorry. Wait, I will share again my presentation. Yeah, I just curious about the electricity tariff in Singapore since last December. Fortunately, I got chosen by my company to conduct a fellowship program in Singapore energy company for 2 weeks, and I just curious for such a energy company that has a small assets, let's say, or capacity in this case, in terms of power plant company, having a large number of employees, where each almost reach 200 persons or individual. I think I just wonder how come they pay their salary while they're just having a small amount or capacity of the power generation. And it turns out that the energy price in Singapore is higher from my point of view compared to energy price in Indonesia. So let's begin the presentation. So yeah, my name is Rahmat Ranggonang Anwar, and you can call me simply Ranggo, since Rahmat is too common or too general. I'm afraid that you forgot which Rahmat I am, since Rahmat is too general. Yeah, I'm a power plant engineer who graduated from ITS Surabaya in 2016 with marine engineering major. And it's been more than 5 years for me working for power generation company. So I've been work in power plant unit or in the site. So I work in the field for almost 4 years, from on-job training in early of 2017 until the end of 2020. And at the end of 2020, I assigned as a power generation technology research assistant engineer until 31 December 2022. So basically about 2 weeks ago, I just being rotated to another position. Just started in 1st of January 2023. So I would like to share my experience in this period while I'm being assistant engineer. So actually this job as an power generation technology research engineer is very, I think it's the best part of my working period during I work in power generation company, from on-job training until current time. Since, as research engineer, we should find a new thing and then identify whether the technology is appropriate to implement in our power plant and some kind like that. The activity is like trying to burn another fuel that environmental friendly, like hydrogen. We try to mix with natural gas and then try to convert our coal-fired plant to use biomass, some kind like that. And then this picture in the right and below, it's the picture that I said before, where I had an opportunity to have a fellowship program for 2 weeks in Singapore to Sembcorp Energy. And then maybe I don't want to go deep to technical aspects, since we just want to have some fun to discuss in here. But before we go to electricity tariff, I think we should know what is electricity. Anyone want to share their idea or what you understand about electricity? Yeah, maybe I will just go with my presentation since our time is limited. Yeah, so the electricity is, in a simple way, is a kind of energy. It's a forms of energy which, sorry, my son just come here. Which moves from one pole to another pole. So it makes the electric current, and then it makes the flow of electric charge. And energy we could earn from many forms, like heat, kinetic, or movement, while the electricity is the movement of the electron from one pole to another pole. So basically it's just an electron that moves. So we can get our lamp light our activities, and then we could heating our meal or get comfortable with our air conditioner from the electron movement. Yeah, back to the electricity. So the electricity unit we could describe as watt. It describes the capacity, while the energy amount that related to the time, we will call it watt hour. And in this case, 1 kilowatt hour equal to 860 kilocalorie. So we use kilocalorie to know the amount of energy inside the matter or the things. Even our body having a calorie, and we could absorb or also we could absorb and also make our calories out there from our bodies by doing some activities. For example, like walking, we need 210 kilocalorie for an hour, until the extreme activities like skydiving, it will need a higher rate of calorie or energy, let's say. So when we have 860 kilocalorie, it will equal to 1 kilowatt hour. So what kilowatt hour could do for daily activities, for example? Yeah, I hope this picture doesn't make emak-emak or ibu-ibu in here want to buy new this new electric tool tool like air conditioner or TV. So 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 3 hours of air conditioner that has 300 watt capacity, and then equal to turn on your television for 10 hours if your television has a capacity of 100 watt, and also refrigerator for 7 hours. So that will depict it or illustrate what is 1 kilowatt hour is. And then we continue the electricity. Of course, we need to pay some money to get the energy value, to get the, in this case, the energy in forms of electricity. In Indonesia, we know that we have several schemes of the electricity price. We have subsidized and non-subsidized price, where the subsidized price is actually really make the people who cannot afford the price get things easier to electrify their living place. Since, you know, with just 900 volt ampere, you just got to pay around 600 rupiah per kilowatt hour, while non-subsidized customers have to pay around 1,350 per kilowatt hours. So this price is actually being flat from last 2 years, I guess, for the mid-income level in Indonesia. Yeah, the price it doesn't increase at all, except for the higher level society, where they got their electricity tariff increase by mid or by third quarter of 2022. While we can see in the right side, the electricity tariff in Singapore is always increased. Yeah, it soared from January 2021 up to current time. So the electricity price in Singapore is being adjusted every 3 months, where in this picture showing that In 2021, the price is 22 cents per kilowatt hours, or equals to 2,500 rupiahs, with the rate of Singapore dollar around 11,000. And up to the current time, the price is soaring up to 3,560 rupiahs. So the increment is more than 1,000 rupiahs. Yeah, and with that higher price energy than Indonesia, is Singaporean got any subsidy or rebate from their government? Yeah, the answer is no. They didn't get any subsidy from their government. Yeah, except, sorry, on June 2022, not 2020, Singaporean received 100 Singapore dollar rebate on utilities. We need to highlight this, yeah, utilities, not electricity. So utilities in Singapore is consist of gas, natural gas, that they also need to heat their stove, and then to heat their water, also electricity and water. It called utilities in Singapore. So they just got rebate. So it's like a coupon. You could get $100 discount, but it's just applied for one time, since, you know, in early of 2022, Ukraine and Russia war make the energy price is soaring, and the inflation cannot be avoided. Yeah, even in Singapore that have stable economic rate. Yeah, so you could later see the website on this source that I already mentioned here. Maybe later I will also share my presentation. And then this will make us very grateful. Yeah, from 2021, January 2021, up to current time, January 2023, for the middle class, didn't get any electricity in price increment. The price is flat 1,440 rupiah per kilowatt hour, while the high class just got their tariff adjustment in July 2022. But I think it's fair enough, since, you know, PLN or government cannot always make the tariff is stable, since energy price is also increased, like the coal and then the natural gas. And then when we compare between the Singapore and Indonesian middle class, Indonesian middle class, highlighted with the green line, and the first level of Indonesian or first class level is highlighted with the red line, and Singaporean is highlighted with blue line. We see here that the price is flat, yeah, from 2021 up to 2023, while Singaporean always experiencing the price increment from 2021, and then the peak of the price is reached in 2022. And I think because of the natural gas price is being adjusted again, since, I don't know, maybe the demand is getting down, or the supply is maintained, so the price could slightly decrease. So Singaporean experiencing 29% electricity tariff increment, while Indonesian elite class just 15%, yeah, from 2021 up to 2023, while middle class not experiencing any increment at all. So we could imagine this. But I would like also to decipher, is it appropriate for them to get the tariff increment while in Indonesia just have a flat price? Is it expensive to have a price of electricity 3,500 rupiah per kilowatts as a Singaporean, since you know that Singapore gross domestic nominal per capita is reaching 84,000 US dollar, while in Indonesia just $5,000. So with the electricity consumption, where we illustrate, where we describe as kilowatt hour per capita, in Indonesia just 1,260 kilowatt hour per year. Average, yeah, this number is average per capita, so it divided by the number of Indonesian citizen. While in Singapore, I didn't get the latest data. I'm sorry for that. I just get the latest data in 2020. The consumption is, yeah, maybe it being flat, yeah, since you know it's for the developed country. I think the rate of electricity consumption is already more stable. It's around more than 8,500 kilowatt hour per capita. And then when we try to calculate, for a year, the Singaporean will spend for their electricity bill around 31 million rupiah, while this number is just average per capita, while the Indonesian elite class spend more than 2 million rupiah. But I think it cannot depicted in detail, yeah, since as for myself, that consists of 6 person in my house, the electricity bill per month is almost 400,000 rupiah per month. So it means I spend almost 5 million rupiah, yeah, just for electricity per year. While the middle class only spend averagely, in average, just 1,800,000 rupiah. And from that, I try to calculate again from the GDP. So Singapore actually, again, in average, disclaimer, the data is based on per capita, so it could cover the average data. It just could cover the average data. Singapore just only spend their income 2.46% for electricity, while Indonesian middle class, Indonesian elite class spend almost 2.87%. And for the middle class, 2.44%. So basically, from the GDP point of view, the electricity price in Singapore, it's not expensive as I think, yeah. Since, you know, as Indonesian, maybe that kind of price is high, but for Singaporean that has an average GDP 84,000 USD per capita. The electricity price 3,500 kilowatt hour. It's not expensive for them from this calculation, from this data. But again, it's just average. Yeah, maybe that's my presentation, and the quote that I will deliver today, yeah. Maybe it's one of privilege that I am experiencing up to the current time. Yeah, I could get a job in electricity field is one of my privilege, since electricity can transform people's lives, not just economically, of course, but also socially. So people could get their higher education, could get new knowledge from electricity that we supply. So that's one thing that I am being grateful. So yeah, that's my presentation. I will give the time and screen back to Kak Vira. Thank you, Kak.
Thank you very much, Brother Ranggo, for the great presentation. I just realized I couldn't imagine if I stay in Singapore. I think my electricity bill, I think more than more than 2 or 3 millions. I couldn't imagine if compared with my salary. But if I saw Mr. Ranggo presentation, is GDP, the proportion GDP if in Singapore is 70 times higher than Indonesia.
Yeah.
So it's just 2%. Yeah, it's high, but the salary is high too. So I think the consumption is almost same, but the difference is GDP. So I think it's quite fair for Singapore. But I want to give a chance for another participant who want to ask Mr. Ranggo about the electricity or about comparing Singapore or Indonesia. If you have any question, please don't hesitate to ask. Anyone? Oh, Mr. Dennis. Yeah, Mr. Dennis, please. Can you give the question?
Sure. Brother Ranggo, what an interesting one when you compare between Singaporean and Indonesian. My questions actually not really relate. I have two questions. The first questions not really related to the price or anything, but in Singapore, as far as you know, do they also have lots of electricity? Because in my house it happens a lot, not a lot, but sometimes, you know, like suddenly the lights off just because of nothing. Does it also happen in Singapore? That's my first question. And then my second question is, I'm just wondering, does the Singaporean government subsidize any electricity consumption for its citizens or not? That's my two questions, Brother Ranggo. Thank you.
Yeah, please, Mr. Ranggo, you can answer the question.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Kak Dennis, for the question. For the first one, yeah, for the amount of just small area, Singapore, it has almost 13 gigawatts of power generation capacity, while in Indonesia, in Java Island exclusively, having around 30 gigawatts capacity. That 13 gigawatts capacity actually their peak load, so the rate of maximum consumption of electricity in Singapore, it's just around 7 gigawatts. So they have a reserve margin, if we call in electricity field, where they have 6 gigawatt excess if they have emergency situation. So actually the electricity in Singapore is really safe, but except there is a maintenance and they doesn't have any, how to say, backup line or backup grid in this case. So yeah, the lights will be off as well, like in Indonesia. Same in Indonesia, or for especially in Java. Even we have a reserve margin, of course. We have 30 gigawatts capacity in Java Island, and the peak load actually just around 22 up to 23 gigawatts in the peak time. So we have around 30% of reserve margin actually. But you know, again, the security of the grid, maybe we doesn't have any backup line or grid in several area. So we still got, yeah, sometimes electricity go down, or you can lights your, the lights on, some kind like that. And then for the subsidized, again, maybe I will try to share my screen. Yeah, there is no subsidy at all to Singaporean for the utilities. Utilities consist of gas, natural gas, and then water, and also electricity at all, except on June 2022. So it is last year. Singaporean Ministry of Industry, if I'm not mistaken, Lawrence Wong, giving $100 Singapore rebate on utilities, since you know the inflation rate at that time is really high. They never experiencing that rate of inflation for several decades, I think so. They give their citizen $100 rebate. That's just the subsidies that Singaporean get from their government. But out of this time, before June 2022 and after that, they didn't get any subsidy at all. Maybe I hope that could answer your question, Bro Dennis.
Thank you, Brother Ranggo. Marvelous. Thank you, Ms. Vira.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ranggo and Ms. Dennis. And the next turn, Mr. Tori. You can ask Mr. Ranggo, please.
Okay, thank you for the presentation, Mr. Ranggo. I just want to know why Singaporean is really stubborn to use natural gases as their main resource of their electricity. Because if you want to know why the price in Singapore is really high, it is because most of the resource come from the natural gases, and natural gases is the main import. Yeah, the main how do I call it? The main importer or exporter of the natural gases is Russia, and yeah, there has many and we know that Russia is in war in Ukraine. Maybe Russia can hold their natural gases. Why they really stubborn? Meanwhile, electricity price in Indonesia is really low because it use fossil of coal, and it is a abundant resource in Indonesia. Yeah, if if Singaporean want to make their price really low, they can use coal. They can import it from Indonesia. Why they don't do that? Why they really want to use natural gases or our renewable energy for their main electricity? I'm just curious. Thank you, Mr. Ranggo.
Okay, thank you, Bro Torik. Yeah, you're certainly right about that, about the natural gas consumption in Singapore. So I asked about this as well to Sembcorp, yeah, the place that I conducting fellowship program. So 95% of energy in Singapore is use natural gas, which also, I'm sorry, coal and natural gas is all considered as fossil energy, since they come from the fossil, where the coal come from the plant and the natural gas or oil come from the plankton or how to say animal in a million years ago, times ago. Yeah, majority of their natural gas actually surprisingly come from West Natuna, our beloved country, where the small amount, maybe just 5 until 10% come from another foreign country other than Indonesia. So they really depend to natural gas because the first one is the environmental consideration factor, where the rate of carbon emission of coal is higher, far higher than natural gas. While, as you know, Singapore is a small country. They don't want to make their air pollution or air condition in Singapore become worse. So they don't use coal that is, we can consider it as a dirty energy. I'm sorry, but they have roadmap. Singapore government has roadmap where they want to transform their source of energy. They don't want to depend that much to natural gas. So at the current time, they try to shift their energy consumption to solar, to photovoltaic energy, where their target in 2030, they could reach 2 gigawatt of solar energy installed in their country. So it is around maybe 15 until 20% of installed capacity in Singapore. And they don't use any other source of energy, clean energy like wind or hydro or even geothermal. Again, they tell to me they do not have any potential of that. The wind speed in Singapore is really low. At least lower than in Indonesia, the first one. And then the hydropower, they don't have any potential like dam or waterfall in their countries. They just have a reservoir that they made. So the clean energy that they could just develop is a solar energy, and they try to maximize and fulfill their clean energy from solar. Maybe later on, Singapore also try to import direct clean energy from Indonesia. I heard that they already had a memorandum of understanding or MOU between Batam government and Singapore, where later in Batam, they will build a solar farm and send the energy or electricity directly to Singapore. Maybe that's my answer. They already have roadmap to make the energy price is become lower and also cleaner.
Thank you for the answer, Mr. Ranggo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ranggo and Mr. Torik. I think because the time and Mr. Dennis, can you help us? Maybe Miss Elita and Mr. Yudi can discuss more in the breakout room with Mr. Ranggo. Can you? But before we move to breakout room, we can take a picture first, because maybe someone have another agenda after this.
Besides Mr. Yudi, who else want to ask before you? I think there are two people.
Miss Elita, Mr.
Okay.
Yudi and Miss Elita.
I'll put Miss Elita.
Yeah,
and
you can appoint
Mr. Ranggo.
Yudi and Miss Elita in the same breakout room with Mr.
Yes. If you can turn your camera on, everyone. Okay. Let's take a picture together, yeah. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Let me copy paste to the room first. Just a moment. Where is the group? Speaking practice group. Okay, cool. Yeah. If you are the new participant and you want to join the group, WhatsApp group, you actually can join this group here. I will share the WhatsApp link group here. If you also want to join our Instagram group, we have Instagram name Speaking practice.group, which always be maintained by Brother Ranggo, actually, and also always be the poster always be made by Brother Acep, and also fans millennials that also support us. So because it's already 8:30, like what Ms. Vira said, we are going to put you into breakout rooms, and Mr. Ranggo will be together with Ms. Elita and Mr. Yudi. Yeah. So 15 people divided by 2. Okay. Let's go by 9 room, just in case new people coming. Okay. Let me just put first room 3 and Mr. Yudi. Okay. And then yes, okay. Let me read the partners. Miss Dira will be together with Miss Haura. Miss Elita, Miss Ranggo, Mr. Ranggo, and Mr. Yudi will be in the same room. Miss Elvira will be with Mr. N. In room 5, there will be Mr. Deepa and Mr. Torik. In the next room, Mr. Febri will be with Mr. Sugianto. Room 7, there will be Mr. Ari and Mr. Edward. And room 8, there will be Miss Dian and me. You have 15 minutes to discuss in the breakout room about electricity or anything else. Start from now, please.
tanya tuh.
Okay. So it was very nice. Previously, I met with Miss Tian in the breakout room, and now, as the second chance, you will be partner with someone you haven't met with. Please tell me if you already meet this person more than 3 times, especially for participants, or I don't really want to call it as member because we don't have any memberships. So let's go by participants, yeah. So like Mr. Edward, Miss Alita, Mr. Ranggo, anyone who are Mr. February who have met more than 3 times. Okay. Oh yeah,
Mr.
sure,
Dennis,
sure.
Mr. Dennis,
Yes.
could you put me again with Mr. Ranggo because I don't accomplish my discussion.
Oh, okay. Sure. I can put you together with Mr. Ranggo, yeah? Sure. And I will put Mr. Dipa together with Mr. Ranggo too. Okay. So there will be 2 people in Mr. Ranggo. So you have 2 other people, Mr. Ranggo. Mr. Dipa wants to be with you too. You are famous right now. Yeah. So let me put you into breakout rooms. Recreate. Wait, yeah. So Mr. Ranggo will be together with Mr. Yudi, room 5, and also Mr. Dipa. Okay. Hang on. Wait, yeah. Osh. Okay. Wait. Okay. Please tell me if you're already with this person or more than 3 times. Miss Ari will be together with Mr. Edward. Miss Haura will be together with Mr. Torik. Miss Elvira will be together with Miss Dian. Miss Elita will be together with Miss Dira. Hang on. Mr. Dipa will be together with Mr. Ranggo and Mr. Yudi. Mr. Mr. N, together with Mr. Sugi Yanto. And Mr. February seems going to be with me, Mr. February. Have we met 3 times already? Not yet, right, Mr. February? Okay, hopefully not yet.
Mr. Dennis.
Yes.
I'm already with Mrs. Ari.
Oh, already? Oh,
Group,
okay,
yeah.
okay. So Mr. Edward will be together with Mr. February then. Yeah, so, oh, wait. Miss Ari will, hang on. Mr. February will be with Miss Ari and Mr. Edward will be with me because long time I've never met Mr. Edward. So you will, because the time is only we just do for 12 minutes. Yeah, 12 minutes in the breakout room. Start from now, please. Goblok. Oh. I'm in the middle of the conversation with Mr. Edward. I believe you are. Okay.
My conversation is ended in the rude way.
Yeah. Oh, in the rude way. So do I. I also. Yeah, that's because if we don't stop the conversation, then we're gonna talk and talk and talk basically. But yeah, sorry everyone. Yeah, because it's already 9:04. Probably Mr. Ranggo, before we nominate the new moderator and new speaker, do you wanna say something about your presentation again, if you don't mind, probably?
Yeah, maybe in respect to my presentation, what I want to say, yeah, the first one out of the technical aspect lah, we need to be grateful as an Indonesian, since we have so many potential of energy actually. We just need to develop our technology and try to utilize it in a right way. Since as a Singapore, again, I mentioned before, they don't have any natural resource to fulfill their energy needs. So yeah, as an Indonesian, maybe we should be more grateful because of like that. Maybe that's.
Thank you, Mr. Ranggo. Okay. So since we need to choose the next presenter, does anybody, and also moderator, does anybody want to be volunteer, especially the one who already joined the meeting more than one time, at least 2 times? Anybody wants to be the next speaker? Miss Ari, Mr. Deepa also joined twice, I believe. Who else already joined twice? Mr. Yudi not yet. Or Miss Elita, do you want to nominate someone? It seems that you turn on your microphone.
I want to nominate myself.
Oh, you want? Sure, absolutely. Yeah.
Because
I think please do not replace yourself again. Yeah,
no.
Awesome. We got the speaker already, Miss Elita. So who wants to be the moderator? The moderator just prepare the impromptu like Mr. Like Miss Alvira, yeah. Mr. Yudi, do you want to be the moderator? Because I can hear you. Actually, you write that in the box. Do you want to be the moderator next week because you already joined more than one time, Mr. Yudi? Check, Mr. Yudi. Okay. Is there any problem with your microphone, or anybody else wants to be the moderator? Anybody else wants to be the moderator? Okay, I will nominate lah. You can say yes, you can say no. Okay. Mr. Deepa, do you want to be the moderator? I'm just asking. You can say yes, you can say no. I believe you say yes. There you go. Awesome. Great. So next week, the speaker will be Miss Elita and the moderator will be Mr. Deepa. Thank you very much, everyone, for tonight's meeting. If you can turn your camera on, we're gonna take another picture of our meeting tonight. Okay. I'm going to count 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much. See you next week with Miss Elita and Mr. Deepa. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Have a great night.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you everyone.